everybody, I'm going to be doing a winged liner tutorial today. Something that I wish I was better at, but I can still do it, but not as quick as some of the professionals. But I do have a few tips about it that I would like to share because winged liner can be difficult and it can be one of the most frustrating makeup things you will ever do because when it goes wrong, oh boy, it goes very wrong. So if you want to see how I do winged liner and my foolproof methods, then keep on watching because I'm going to show you. For time purposes, I've already done the base part of my makeup, but I just thought I'd walk you through the products that I used. So the first one was the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. I have talked about this many a time before. I really love this stuff. And then I used the NARS Creamy Concealer just on all of my blemishes because I have quite a few at the moment. I set my T-zone area with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, and I've got the shade Light. I added a tiny bit of bronzer just like along here. This is the Body Shop Honey Bronzer in the shade 01. I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Ash for my eyebrows. And for blush, I used one of these Clinique Cheek Pop blushes in the shade 04 Plum Pop. That's what happened here, and as you can see, I've already got my hair into clip. We are good to go. I'm a little bit nervous about doing a winged eyeliner tutorial. That's probably why I haven't done one before, because it's one of those things that I have done it many times, but I find it still makes me nervous to do it. And if I'm in a rush, I never do winged eyeliner because you know what happens when you're in a rush and you try to do winged eyeliner. It all goes wrong. I have, however, come up with a way that I like to do winged liner, and it is pretty foolproof. So we're gonna just give that a go right now. It involves an angled brush and eyeshadow. Okay, so this is something that you probably don't have to do every time, especially with practice, but I just thought I would show you guys this way in case it helps you out. And even when I do winged liner, I still do it because, you know that phrase, measure twice, cut once. That's how I look at it. I would rather be careful than kind of screw up and then I'm like going at it with a Q-tip and I can't get the wing right and all this. I'm not actually wearing any eyeshadow today, but I might just take a teeny tiny bit of this shade here from the Urban Decay Naked Basics and just put it right in the crease, just so it has some slight definition. And then I'm just blending it out. Okay, now we're actually getting onto the winged liner. So dip your brush in the brown shade, your angled brush, any angled brush is fine. And you kind of want to draw an upwards line as if this line were continuing upwards. So just pretend this is just going to continue. Here we go. Draw a little line like that, as if that line was just carrying on. So I think that's pretty accurate there. And then I like to go straight on the other side and try to replicate this line. So same sort of thing, just follow this. Now, the good thing about using powder is that if you look at this and you're like, wait, this isn't exactly right, it's so much easier to remove these eyeshadow lines than it would be to remove liquid liner. I am pretty happy with these lines, so I think they're quite even. And then what you do is you take your brush again and almost draw a little triangle. So from the tip of this line, I just like to draw a little triangle like that towards my pupil. So just draw it like this. Gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so that is that. And then obviously when you do your eyeliner, you'll fill this spot in and then we'll kind of smooth this line out. But I find the wing is the hardest part. So once you have that shape done, it's a lot easier just to kind of trace it. It's like coloring it in basically. Okay, so now I'm taking my pen eyeliner. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. I'm just gonna literally follow the lines I've already made and color it in. So just here you're gonna see me in action. I always like to start with the wing. I don't know why, that's just the way I find works best for me. There's lots of different ways to do winged liner. So once you've got the triangle like kind of filled in, I just like to carry it on and just finish lining my lash line. I like to stay quite close to the lash line, but I do kind of build it up slightly in the middle. So I'm just going to carry on filling this in and then following my lash line. When you're doing this, it is important to have a mirror quite close by. You can see my mirror is right here. I find the closer I am to the mirror, the more accurate it is, so I just try to get nice and close. And just take your time. There's no rush. Like I said, as soon as I start rushing, things go very badly. When I get to the inner part of my eye, I think it's important to keep that as skinny and as tight along the lash line as possible. So you can see up here is getting kind of thicker, but I try to stay very close to the lash line right in the inner corner. Otherwise, I find it can make my eyes look a little bit smaller. So just very closely line that part. So that is the general winged eyeliner shape. Now it's the easy part. It's just smoothing everything over, making sure you've got all in between the lash lines, making sure it's as black as possible because I really want it to look, you know, nice and dramatic. So I'm just going to continue going over that and then I'm going to do the other eye. Onto this eye now. It's a lot easier because I've already got this outline, so it's the exact same thing, just filling it all in and trying to make it look like the other eye, which shouldn't be too difficult at this point because you've already got the outline. When I'm doing my eyeliner, I don't speak to anyone. I don't focus on anything except doing my eyeliner, so this is actually very hard for me to try to film this. You can almost just rest the top of the eyeliner on the lash line and just kind of push it on its side. That's why I like these pen style eyeliners so much. They're really good for beginners. Again, I'm just following the regular lash line and trying to make it as thin as possible on the inner corner there. Now I'm just going to smooth everything out again because my hands are always so shaky whenever I try to do this. And you can kind of see that in the line. There's like some gaps and stuff where my hand's been like blah, blah, blah. So now I just want to smooth everything out and then we'll be ready for the next step. I know I said try to get close to the mirror, but every now and then just take a step back, not literally, but just kind of lean back and look in the mirror and say to yourself, are these wings even? Now say it with me now. Are these wings even? I think it's impossible to get them perfectly even, but I think once you step back a little bit, you can kind of see if it's totally off. Now, there is a little gap in between the liner, my lash line, and then I guess they would call this the tight line. So you don't have to do this step, but I find it makes everything look a little bit more dramatic, and especially once the mascara's on, I think it's really important to do this step. Is take an eyeliner and line the tight line. I'm going to take one by Urban Decay called the Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet Glide on Eye Pencil, and it's the shade Black Velvet. It can be tricky to do this. It always makes my eyes water like crazy, but my eyes are really sensitive. But what I like to do is just kind of lift this eyelid a little bit. I know this is very sexy, isn't it? And just gently line it. I know this looks really gross because it feels really gross too, but it makes the world of difference, especially if you get a pencil that's really glidey and it's not too dry or waxy because you don't want it to drag because that's just not a pretty picture, is it? You might even be able to tell the difference that made already from this eye to this eye. This just seems a lot more fluid and flowy, and now I can really see a few little extra gaps. So I'm just gonna go back in with my liner and just dab even closer to the lash line and just fill in any gaps of skin. That is the entire winged liner tutorial. It really isn't that hard, especially when you do that outline. Seriously, I think it's amazing, but let me know down below how you like to do winged liner, but I think this is the best technique for me. It's really the only thing that can ensure ease of application because I hate to be freaking out halfway through when one wing's over here and one wing's over there and I'm like, oh damn. Next, I'm gonna add mascara because mascara is really the thing that polishes off a winged liner just because it just adds the volume and your lashes are like so like boo, and you're like looking like a very doe-eyed Snow White kind of, I don't know where I'm going with this, but anyway, we're gonna get to mascara now because mascara is crucial. So first thing I'm gonna do, curl my eyelashes. So for mascara, I'm gonna be using the L'Oréal Paris Mega Volume Miss Manga Mascara. I really like the packaging. I love pink. Pink is becoming one of my all-time favorite colors. I used to love it and then I kind of had a phase where I didn't like it. But anyway, this is besides the point. This mascara, I just noticed, is like a fully 360-degree like wand thing that like, look, can you see how much this bends, how flexible this is? That's really cool. I really like that you can do this. It's like dancing. It's like, woo! Okay, getting a little too excited about that. I'm just gonna apply this as normal. The wand is kind of like conical and it's flexible. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm just gonna look down into my mirror here as I apply. I know this mascara has like collagen spheres that are supposed to make your lashes look even more amazing, and look at me, I have amazing lashes. You can see already how much better the winged liner looks just with a bit of mascara. Okay, so that's the first eye done. Now I'm moving on to this eye. I think I told you guys that I was gonna learn how to drive in England. I did already have my first driving lesson. I know it's kind of an irrational fear, but I was absolutely terrified to drive because I'm from Canada, so it's the opposite side of the road and the opposite side of the car. So I was really scared, but I had my first lesson and it went quite well. The driving instructor said I wasn't terrible, but I do need some help because I did almost hit the curb because I was driving on the other side of the road and, you know, whatever. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I am going through with it. Anyway, I'm just going to continue putting this mascara on. That's the eyes finished. I think they look really nice, actually. I'm actually kind of glad that this tutorial worked out today because I'm going out tonight to the club. And I know that that's like something I never do, but this is actually happening. It's our friend's birthday party. And yeah, so the wing liner is actually going to go well with that. So I'm just killing two birds with one stone here. This mascara actually comes in two other colors. It comes in this turquoise color, which is this bright electric blue. I'm not sure if you guys, this is like probably nobody remembers this, but last summer I was majorly on the hunt for a blue mascara and I couldn't find one anywhere. In the summertime, I think it's so nice to experiment with eyelash colors. And I don't know, for some reason last summer I was really on the hunt for blue and I'm really glad that I have this one now. And this is the purple shade. It's the same formula and same wand and everything like that, but it's purple. And a few months ago I ran into someone and I was talking to her for like 15 minutes. I was like, there's something really cool about her eyes, but I couldn't figure it out. And it took me that entire time to realize that she had purple mascara on. And I was like saying, are you wearing purple mascara? She's like, yeah, I always wear it. It's like my trademark thing. And I was like, that is cool because it really brought out the color of her eyes. Anyway, I really want to try this purple mascara because it doesn't seem so bright and out there. It seems quite wearable at the same time. Or you could try the ombre eyelash trend. I keep seeing this where people like have black mascara and then slowly it gets like brighter and brighter into a color and then the tips are like one full color. I don't know if I'm wild enough to try that, but I definitely want to try the purple mascara look because seriously, that girl looked really cool and I was like, you look good. I might put a little bit of lip gloss on. I'm gonna get fancy with the Dior lip gloss. This is the Dior Addict Rose en Diable lip gloss. And I'm gonna just put it on. You guys have seen me put lip gloss on before. It's hard to talk and apply. Okay, so that is the entire makeup look. I'm gonna sit a little bit further back from the camera and take out my clip. Sadly, this is the end of the video where we have to say goodbye. I really hope you guys found this useful. This is just the best way I've found to do winged liner, but please leave me any tips down below because I'm always looking for winged liner tips. But my friend did come over the other day and she's like, how do you do winged liner? And I told her this trick with the powder and the angled brush and she's like, I never would have thought of that. And I guess she's been wearing winged liner ever since, so it is doable. I think it's time for me to wrap it up now. Wrapping it up. Goodbye. I don't really want to say goodbye, but I don't really have much more to say. Nothing to say at all. I'm very boring today. Perhaps I'll have something more interesting to say on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or something like that. You can follow me there. Hint, hint, you know, that was kind of a nice segue, wasn't it? So if you want to, you can follow me there. I'm wrapping it up for real now, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!